This is Around the Grounds, brought to you by Absolutely Essendon. This is where we have a little bit of fun with the sporting news of the last week. And there's a bit going on across many genres of sport. Where do you want to start?
Oh, look, it is always a big week in sport. There's
huge, always.
There's never a dull moment, and we're here to bring you all the latest news as it breaks, albeit several days ago. Because, we're not doing this live, so cut us some slack on that one.
Yes.
But yes, there's a lot to go through this week. We're on limited time, so let's get into it.
Let's get straight into it.
Where do you want to start?
Shall we? Well, we've been starting with the cricket of late. Shall we just bring that up? Because what was the whole ball fiasco?
All right.
I kept seeing a lot of photos and videos of a box of balls. What was all that about?
Yeah, well, look, the cricket's over. The Ashes has come to an end, a rather undignified end for the Aussies, unfortunately. We had them. But then, those dirty, cheating Poms, we were going along beautifully in our last innings, chasing a pretty big total. And the English bowlers went, the ball looks a little out of shape. And in cricket, they can take it to the umpire and say, hey, we need to replace the ball.
It's no good.
Yeah. So what they do, and most of you will know this, is then the reserve umpire will come out with a box of balls.
Right.
And some of those balls have been used. They actually use them for a certain number of overs. So it kind of replicates the condition of the ball that's being replaced.
So not from that match. Those balls aren't from those.
No,
from that
these
match.
have been pre-bashed around,
right,
to give them the wear and tear of a certain number of overs. So there might be
from the same class of player.
No, it's never going to be that scientific. They'll just go into the nets with the ball and they'll bowl it for like the equivalent of 20 overs, someone whacking it around, and that ball will then get put into a box with the label 20 overs. It's been used for... It'll be as close to the match ball that's been used for the same number of overs.
Okay.
All right. So let's cut to the chase.
Yes.
So they've gone, the ball's out of shape, we need to replace it. Out comes the guy with the box of balls, and they are gifted a ball that was almost new. And even Khawaja was looking at it going, hey, what are you doing? This ball, I can actually read the print on it, the gold print, the Duke's ball.
Right, expiry date.
And it's like, how can that be a like-for-like replacement?
Right.
They then proceeded to take our last 7 wickets for less than 100 runs with this ball that was flying through the air, zipping off the pitch, swinging every possible direction, and it was the ball got us.
It sounds like a very unscientific process.
No, it's not. It is an unscientific process, but it's made more so when the ball that's used to replace the original ball is clearly in a far better condition.
So who picked it? The umpire?
Though the fielding side, the bowling side will pick it with the umpire's approval.
Right.
Yep.
So the umpire gave it the wink and said,
they said, yep, that's fine.
Yeah, you're good.
We'll go.
Right.
So that's it. And
geez, you can't trust them, can you?
They are the cheaty peaties. They really
wouldn't trust them with my coffee order.
And then to top it all off, just to wrap up, of course, we lost the test match. It was a 2-2 drawn series. They'll take the moral victory because the game was washed out in the 4th test.
Right.
But to cap it all off, the Aussies are hanging around outside the English change rooms after the game, waiting for a drink to celebrate.
They?
Yeah,
they. You always drink together, do you?
Have a couple of little beers, a few 4Xs or Fosters over there.
Right.
And they didn't allow them into the change room. They snubbed us.
They did.
They were busy doing something else, and so the Aussies stuck around for an hour. We'll wait, we'll just sit in our dressing room and wait for them to finish whatever they're doing.
And they didn't show up.
And eventually it was like, oh, that's it, guys, let's go. So they jumped on the team bus and went back to their hotel.
Right.
Ben Stokes, the English captain, came out later to say, well, we went around and checked it, but the Australians are already left.
Is that what he sounds like?
Well, no, he doesn't sound like that at all. But I'm not doing accents.
Right.
So there you go. So the Ashes, what a just a horrible mess up.
So sore losers in the end.
Well, I think maybe we are, but
they
that's right. We got smashed by them. To be honest, to be fair, they outplayed us pretty much from the beginning of that series. We got a couple of lucky breaks, and in the end, it was a 2-2 draw. We retained the Ashes,
right,
by virtue of having ownership of them before the series. So
Right,
they had
okay.
to win the series, and they didn't. So
Well, that just sounds like a
yours.
crying
What
shame.
else have we got?
Crying shame. Well, we've got... let's quickly touch on the Matildas, who played on Monday night, needed to win.
Did you watch the game?
I did watch the
How
game,
did they go?
actually. Yeah, they did very well.
This was against the highly rated Canadians,
They
wasn't
did
it?
very well. Yes, they did. They started strong and got stronger. And I had my doubts. I had my doubts about the coach prior in the game leading up to it. He was
Yeah.
very cagey about
What's
whether
his name?
Sam Kerr, Gustafsson, whether Sam Kerr would be playing or not, and he was being all ducks and drakes about that, and being made fun of in the media as it happened, because he was just being way too coy about it. Anyway, in the end, hats off, 4-0 victory, very strong. And I don't know who they play next. I probably should know. But
I can answer that question for you. They are in the round of 16 and they're playing Denmark.
Oh, are they? Oh, the Danes. That's right. They are.
You're going to have the Danes versus the Swedes. Gustafsson's of Swedish origin. So it's a battle of Scandinavia going on here.
Is it? Yes. Well, I think the last time they played, the Matildas came back in a stirring come-from-behind victory.
Against the Danes?
Yes.
So well, there you go. So they got form.
They do seem
now, will
to have
Sam
a bit
Kerr
of form.
be fronting up this time, or is she still having a hissy
Look,
fit
it's like a Dylan
sitting
Shield,
on the sidelines?
Dylan Shield calf strain.
She hasn't gone full Will Setterfield yet, has she?
You just don't
God
know. She was standing there singing the anthem with the crew, so at least she's alive.
So her vocal cords work. How about a calf muscle? How's that going?
That's something. So go Matildas.
Yeah, good
When
luck,
is that game?
girls.
Do you know when that game is?
It's coming up soon.
At the Melbourne Rectangular Stadium?
I don't think
know.
so. No, I think the Matildas
Over
are
in
playing. It's certainly
Adelaide?
not at the Rectangular Stadium.
Darwin?
It's in a rectangular stadium,
okay.
of course, because
All right.
football's played in those sorts of stadiums, but
Enough of
not
that.
in Melbourne.
So, let's go to swimming, because the Aussies
I love
they're
the swimming.
killing it in the swimming.
Well, it's past tense now, so they killed it.
Okay, all right, so they did kill it, but there was a bit of controversy over the scoreboard, wasn't there?
Yeah. Well, look, if you like, I can run through that for you. The Americans, gee, we come up against some sore losers, don't we? If it's not the Poms, it's the Yanks. This time around, we cleaned up in the swimming pool with 13 gold medals.
Right.
And the United States, our arch nemesis in the pool,
Yes.
finished with 7 golds. But
They'd be smarting.
over in America land, they're publishing the medal tally with the US on top, because they're claiming the total medals. They won a couple of dozen silvers.
Right.
They're claiming that that's the ultimate,
Determinant
tiebreaker
of the,
is total medals. For the first
Right.
time in living history, the team with the most gold medals has been consigned to second on the table.
Right.
Thanks to our good friends over there in Crazy World. So,
Yeah.
well done, lads. You came
Yes.
first with 25 gold medals. Well, not 25 silver medals or whatever it was.
Yeah, they did get a lot of silver.
They did.
They'd be howling.
But if you did
They'd be
if you
howling.
allocated 3 points for a gold, 2 for a silver, 1 for a bronze, we
Right.
would have still won the overall score.
Are you sure about that?
No, but I'm assuming that's the case.
Right, okay.
So
it felt very just made up in the
and
last
of course,
minute.
on the flip side of that,
Yep.
the Chinese won 733 gold medals with
Right.
their juiced up diving / volleyball, water volleyball. What's it called? That
Water
thing?
volleyball. Oh, did they?
That game.
Yeah.
Water polo.
Water polo. Yeah, right, okay.
Yeah, so they actually had all the gold medals, but if you just look at the swimming alone, our Aussie Dolphins...
They're
well
not
done.
juicing anymore, though, are they? That's very highly regulated, is it not?
Just sweet and sour, that's
Right,
all.
okay.
Maybe a little Szechuan, I don't know.
Little-
That probably gets you up and running if it's a bit spicy. So that was the
Right.
FINA, that
Now-
was the FINA World Swimming Championship.
Le-
So we're
le-
looking good for the Olympics in Paris.
Sure,
by the
are
way.
we?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep. But not the Commonwealth Games. So that won't be
Right.
happening.
No, that won't be happening.
What else
at
you
all.
got?
We're going to be paying that off for a while. Okay, I want to go to a very controversial incident in the golf. Young Bryson DeChambeau, yeah, he had an incident with
DeChambeau, I think,
that from which he had to recover and continue in the
Hey,
tournament.
what happened?
This is all about.
He's a professional golfer. I've never heard of the guy. He's a
Yes, he is.
PGA or something?
Yeah, it does. Yes, yeah, PGA.
Not
You're-
Liv.
You're
Is he
saying
Liv?
all the right things. No. They've now joined up with the PGA. There's
True.
another story.
Yeah.
But he had an incident with the rope that separates the players.
What are you
from
talking
the,
about?
From the crowd. Yeah, he did. He
Well,
was.
have you got some footage for us?
I do. Shall we have a look at that?
I'm
Because,
intrigued. Let's have a look at it.
Yeah, he did. Let's have a look.
Oh my God! What the fuck?
Right.
Well,
our thoughts and prayers.
seriously.
Thoughts and prayers are
took
with
a
Bryson.
headshot. He took a shotty from 5 metres.
I don't know how he recovered so quickly from that.
Wow. Where do you send flowers?
Yeah, let's. It just shows the intestinal fortitude that a lot of these golfers have to be able to. I love the towel snatch. The fucking give me that.
I mean, his caddy's clearly been sacked, right?
Yeah.
I mean, can you imagine this guy when he was young and he tripped over and grazed his knee when he was a 6-year-old? Imagine the hissy fit that he would have had, the tanty he would have had in front of mummy because he grazed his knee.
Yeah, it was quite the recovery. It's I don't know. I'm sure he would have been asked about that in the press conference. Maybe we can try and find that. But
what? Ask what?
Was,
you little sook.
The way he dealt with
Grow up. That's what the media would have said. What is wrong with you? You grazed your chin on a rope.
Yeah.
Oh,
it was
right.
just that. It was just very kind of like
Bryson DeChambeau.
Yes.
DeChambeau.
Yes.
We salute you.
Yeah, we do. Thank you. Leading by example.
Exactly.
Let's go on to there's so much to cover.
It's
here.
a huge week. I'm telling you.
Let's talk about Port Adelaide and that concussion.
All right,
incident.
so this is very topical. Very topical.
It's because that was quite a little head slam.
Yeah. Well, so most people would probably know now that the couple of Port Adelaide players, Alir and
the other guy.
Yeah, him. They had a rather nasty head clash in the game last week, and the Adelaide.
You could hear that. You could hear that in Melbourne.
Absolutely, it was like someone cracking a walnut with one of those, nutcracker things. Talking of nutcrackers, Toot Miller. Grabbing Zorko's testicles.
Yeah, that was another.
He got a week for that.
Did he?
Yeah. A week.
Did he get off?
No, he got a week. He got a week for, I don't know what the official legal term is, but
cracking some
fondling
nuts.
the testicular region.
Did he? Did he really got his hands all over?
He did. The slow mo shows him.
Really?
I mean, last time I had that happen. Well, anyway. So moving back to Port Adelaide.
You have had recent experience with that. You know the pain. Go on.
I do. And so Port Adelaide. So those poor boys were completely knocked out.
Excuse me.
And then the Port Adelaide doctor, who most likely got his degree out of Kellogg's box.
Right. What was his assessment of it?
They're fine. Send them back
All
out.
clear.
Okay. Close game.
Get back
out in the field. Crack the whip.
Okay.
And
in his professional opinion.
In his professional opinion.
Right.
And, look, not all doctors are trustworthy. I mean, we have this kind of perception of the medical practice being full of people of note and worthiness and integrity.
Studied people.
They are.
Professorial.
And, he brought my child into the world sort of thing.
Yes.
No. They're pretty slimy, some of them. And this particular doctor's decided, okay, the game is more important. Now, I say this without having actual inside knowledge, so a lot of this is presumption. So please forgive me if you're planning on suing us for this. But he sent them
allegedly. He allegedly did this.
He sent them back out on the field, and now the AFL's reviewed that and gone, you know what, because the AFL's looking down the barrel at billion-dollar lawsuits for players with long-term concussion issues.
Of course.
And Port Adelaide doctor cares little for that concern.
Right.
So what gets up my nose is they got a $100,000 fine. I mean, come on.
100 grand.
Yeah, for something which is such a topical issue in the football world.
You think that's a little light?
A little? I mean, the guy should have been suspended. The club should have been fined at least $500,000. And by gosh, why don't we throw in some draft pick penalties while we're at it? Because I'm going to take you back a few years to a time when the Essendon Football Club was fined $2 million for doing something that was never proved. And there's no record of any player ever being harmed by it. Right. And we copped a $2 million fine. And this Port Adelaide mob, that's all right. 100,000 there. Cocky would have, not a problem. Cocky?
Yes.
Cocky?
Cocky.
No, it's cocky, but he's going the softer version for obvious reasons.
Yes.
So they've just gone, hey, he's just pulled out some money from his wallet and said, I'll pay for that. That's nothing.
Hey, I'll break that off.
Send those bloody guys back out on the field.
That's not an issue.
So
when you put it in that sort of context, which might be a tad biased, but nevertheless,
facts are facts.
Nevertheless, yes, it was unproven. Yeah, right. And Lear, I don't think he'll ever be the same. That was a big.
Although he didn't react like that Deschambault guy, did he? You know, he actually got up and sort of brushed it off. And okay, so his eyes were going around and around his head, but he was a little more manly about it than our good friend.
If Bryson had to deal with
Bryson
head clash,
rest in peace,
he
would have buried himself just for the attention. He would have put himself in the ground.
He would have. Yeah. He would have.
So I don't think there's much more. I think we've just got one or two
What
things
about
to go.
what about netball? Big
netball.
The Aussie Diamonds.
Who hasn't been watching the netball?
Mate, who has?
That is occupying
We've all
prime
been
time.
pop riveted to our couches. Now I think the Aussies, though,
The block are running because they know the netball coverage is going head to head with them.
Didn't the Aussies lose though?
They did.
To the English
Again. To the Poms.
again.
Yep.
Well, you mean again is in another sport.
In terms of
yes.
the two sports.
Because I don't think the English had beaten the Aussies in a while.
No,
14 attempts
well, not
apparently.
since the Norman Conquest. So
right.
Yeah, we lost to the.
So we're reeling from that.
The Roses, they call the English team, the England Roses.
Oh, so it was
I knew an English Rose once.
The Diamonds up against the Did you?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah. They're sort of peaches and cream complexion. Very, very, very nice.
How'd you go with that?
Not well, but I tried my best.
Right.
I don't think she liked the Aussie accent. Now,
they're a bit uppity over
They
there.
are. I did try and put on here you go, governor.
The accent.
So anyway, they beat us in the netball, and I know absolutely nothing about netball other than the players wear letters on their bibs.
They do.
Like
Gar.
What is that?
Goal attack.
Oh, so you know a bit about this, do you?
Yes.
You would have been a pretty fierce netballer in your day.
I was. Yeah, it's interesting that they have the position on the...
So that in case they forget.
Yeah, it's like, fucking, I'm wing attack.
Get back.
That's what I wish you'll be doing. That's right. It's... Yeah, it's an interesting game.
Wow.
Netball.
Maybe we need to put FF on Peter Wright's jumper. Full forward, Pete.
Yes, just to remind you, maybe that would...
anyway, so well done to the English team. I mean, the Aussie Diamonds, I guess they had nothing left in terms of luxury minerals because the opals have grabbed that one.
Yes, there's the rubies.
Is it the rubies?
Opals.
The lumps of coal.
Every precious stone is gone. There's
the diamonds.
All the animals are gone.
Yeah.
Everything's taken in this world.
It doesn't scream an Australian sporting team, does it? The Australia Diamonds. I don't know. Maybe they could have gone the platypi, or I think that's the plural for platypuses.
I think they're taken. Anyway. Someone's taken them.
So
all right,
nothing. We don't want to waste too much column centimetres on netball.
Right.
I think we've got one other really important thing to discuss.
The Damien Hardwick deal.
Yeah. Now I know this is being talked about with by quite a few.
The fact that he's on holiday in Italy. Northern Italy.
Whereabouts?
And the Cinque Terre, and up near Portofino, the fancy bit.
Well, I only know the pizza restaurant with the same name, but
right, is that all you know? Okay, well, so you've never been?
Not to Portofino.
All right, okay, all right. I have been up to the Cinque Terre. It's a very nice part of the world, and so he's there on a holiday. Gold Coast have sent their CEO. He drew.
You mean he sent himself?
Yeah, well, exactly,
right,
exactly. I'm sure every other deal. He's got other people that he delegates to, but for that,
so
when
the guy from Val Morgan Cinema Advertising comes knocking on the door, he goes, "Hey, someone else can deal with him."
Yeah, that's right.
That's below my station.
Tell him I'm in a meeting.
Yeah,
but not this one.
No,
I'll go. I'll jump on the plane, pointy end. I'll go to Italy in the summer, northern Italy. I'll pack my shorts.
The things people do, you think a CEO role, it's all roses, but it's not. It's not. There's a lot of hard work. There's a lot of grind work, isn't there?
Oh, yeah.
Popping over to Italy like that.
Yeah, another hot towel, please.
So what was his plan?
So, well, I mean, Dimmer's on a romantic holiday, is my understanding.
Right, okay.
With the young lady.
Oh, his new...
so he's busy
new,
sort of distributing rose petals, getting the bath ready.
Scented salts.
Yes, all that sort of stuff. Ordering up another bottle of chilled Prosecco.
Lovely.
And then, who's in the adjoining room?
Hello? What? Is that you, Dimmer?
I thought I heard you.
What? Fancy that, hey? So what happened? Did he join them in the bath, or
well,
in the with the scented candles.
I would have thought that's the way it's going to play out because, what's the rush? We're at round 21
So
still.
couldn't he be spoken to Dimmo like next week when he's back in Australia?
Yeah, exactly. Like he only had to wait 5 days. And but, time is of the essence with this deal, apparently.
I'm not sure what's worse. Is it the fact that he's taken the junket to Italy or the fact that he's interrupting Dimmer on a romantic getaway? Which one of those sins is the worst? Because I think that would, if I was with my lovely new girlfriend trying to, trying to
do a bit of courting. Let's say courting.
Experiment.
Right.
You don't want some CEO, AFL Football Club CEO, banging away, not banging away, but knocking on the wall in the next room.
Yeah. Have you got a minute, mate?
Hey, you guys doing breakfast?
Yeah, I just want to run something past you.
You buy the pool this afternoon? I've got a yacht out there. Yeah. You want to?
Yeah. Just
anyway.
Pop over.
So Dimmer will be coaching the Gold Coast Suns.
It looks very much like
your second favourite team, I'm sure.
Nice 5-year deal. Better weather than Melbourne. He gets to defrost up there.
Yeah.
Low expectations on the team.
No expectations.
Right.
Low's a little high.
Right. Okay.
Yeah.
So that's a really sweet gig.
And
so
how would you feel if you were a Richmond supporter?
He'll sign that by the time he's finished his tiramisu. No doubt about it.
Will it be like doing two
just
things
like
at once?
whatever. All right. Okay. I'll see you later.
But how do you think?
No, but mate, I think there's things we need to discuss.
No, you can head back to Melbourne now.
Yeah.
No need to stay. Is that your golf clubs?
Yeah.
So what about the Richmond supporters who must feel a little duped by all of that? The Dimmer's like screaming, mental health, and I've got to get out of the game and need a break. He's back in. He's coaching within 5 months, 6 months.
I think Richmond supporters say thank you for the 3 premierships, and
we'll see how he goes at the Gold Coast. What a way to ruin your reputation.
Do you think?
Yeah.
No.
I think.
No.
I do. I reckon he's going to regret this decision if, in fact, he does go up there. And, a guy who's a 3-time premiership coach ends his career being booted out of an expansion club. It could end badly for him. That's my prediction anyway.
Take it, Dimmer. Enjoy your time up there on the coast. You'll have a nice little waterfront pad.
What suburb?
Lovely. I think he'll probably set himself up in Mermaid Beach.
Like, you're kidding.
Yeah.
Are you for real? They've got a suburb called Mermaid Beach.
Yeah, it's a nice spot.
Is that near
too.
Porpoise Spit?
It's a really nice spot, I'm telling you. He'll be there walking the dog every morning at 6:15 a.m. Brew in one hand.
God. Oh, that would be just like drinking bloody dishwashing water up there. What sort of coffees do they make up there?
You got to pick your spots. It's not easy. They're dishing up a lot of low quality product, but in the right spots there's a place down in Burleigh Heads. Head to the beach.
Right.
That's where you want
to get a decent coffee.
That's where you go.
I just find coffee in the tropics doesn't work. It doesn't go to they just don't work. Anyway,
it does.
You know my views on Queensland.
Yes, I do.
Yeah. So look, I
totally
don't think
unfounded.
there's much more to go through, but we could keep going. That was a mountain, and
our massive following will enjoy that.
Do something about the backdrop.
Yeah, we do because it's a very mixed message episode.
I think it confuses people.
Yeah, we do. We need a whole new colour scheme. So I don't know when we can do that, but
because I noticed that a lot of people are sort of scratching their heads when they. I'm on the public transport a bit.
Yeah, do you?
And I see people watching.
You watch them watch us,
and
what are they saying?
I thought this was Essendon program, right?
WTF?
Yeah. And it's like around the grounds, yet they've still got all the Essendon stuff on them.
Yeah, none of this makes sense.
I told you we shouldn't push our luck when it comes to matters intellectual.
Yes.
So hopefully we will one day have a new backdrop because, guys, around the ground is not going away. Whether you like it or hate it, it's sticking fast.
We're just going to keep spitting them out.
Because, we're looking for a broader market. And
are we? Or we're just filling in time.
We are. Okay.
All right.
Thanks so much for that.
That'll do. That was Around the Grounds for this week.
And we look forward to seeing you again same time next week.
Tune in next time.
Bye
exactly.
For now.
Thank you. Thanks for watching.
Cheers.
Bye.